Hi, everyone. Welcome to day one of self-hypnosis on how to supercharge your self-hypnosis. So today we are just going to talk about, I'm going to cover some questions to help you start to prep your mind for self-hypnosis, because I think a lot of the times when people think of self-hypnosis, they think of meditation, or they don't know where to start, or they don't know what to do. So I want to take this next 5 days just to break it down for you all, because self-hypnosis, hey, how are you? Self-hypnosis, hi, how are you? Self-hypnosis, I'm on Instagram live and TikTok live, so that's why I'm going back and forth. But I'm recording on Instagram, because then I can have the replay downloaded and uploaded to YouTube. So then if you're catching this, or if you have to go, thank you. If you have to go, or if you want to watch this again, is going to be a playlist just for you on YouTube. So you can go through, and I'm going to keep them short. I'm going to keep the live short and just full of information, just so then you can just refer back to it. And then you could post any questions on that YouTube video, just in case you can't find it again on Instagram or on TikTok. All right. So today, and I'm keeping it very simple for each day so you don't get overwhelmed. And then each day is just taking you a step closer to learning self-hypnosis, so you can hypnotize yourself. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Even when I'm in a session with the client, it's still self-hypnosis, but I'm there guiding them through the process of releasing certain things, negative emotions, memories, negative beliefs. So that is what a hypnotherapist is for, to help you go deeper safely. But self-hypnosis is great to really start to take control of your emotions, your thoughts, and also shift your beliefs and your perspective, because it really does make a difference. If you don't think you can do something, then you most likely aren't going to try your hardest. You're not really going to give it 110% if you don't think you're really going to get it, or if it's going to work out, because you're like, that way it's kind of like you're playing safe, because you're like, well, I didn't give 110%, so that's probably why. So you'll be stuck. So with self-hypnosis, it gives you the ability to see opportunities versus obstacles. It helps you, even during arguments or any situations, you can kind of come outside of yourself and look at it from a third party view to see if, am I tripping, or is this person really in the wrong? Because a lot of times we just are stuck with our view and our perspective on certain things, and that is very limited. So self-hypnosis really opens you up at all levels, not only for yourself, but for your relationships, for your business, for your interactions with people every day. So for today, day one, we're just going to go over 7 questions that you can use to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. So these 7 questions will start to open you up and to the possibilities of what's available to you. And then also it will help you find out if the goals that you set for yourself now, do you really want them? Or are they goals that you set because you think those are the things that you should want? All right, so if you have a notebook and a pen, or if you're watching this on replay, go and get a notebook and a pen so we can, I don't have slides for today because I was running around, but I'm going to have my assistant prepare the slides for the next few days. So there'll be slides for the next 4 videos. But today, I'm just going to read out the questions for you, but you can answer them. All right? So the first question that you should go over before you do self-hypnosis is, what pre-programmed subconscious messages do I struggle with? So, some examples are feelings of failure, childhood fears, past conflicts, hurtful relationships. So, what pre programmed subconscious messages do I struggle with? Okay, and then the next question is, how do these pre programmed messages hold me back? So essentially, are you in the back seat of your journey through life? Are you running on autopilot? There was a time where I was so used to being depressed. I was so used to being in a depressive fog that it was so strange that once it lifted, and this is years, like I've suffered from depression and anxiety, was diagnosed with ADHD my senior year of high school. So I'm in my 30s now. So it's literally almost half of my life. I've been depressed and anxious. So it was very strange for me to start looking at things differently and start experiencing a different perspective and a different feelings in my body, everything. The next question is, what do I want to attract in my life? What do I actually want to visualize and affirm? So it's like, what do you want to sit around? Like, what do you really sit around and daydream about? Because what you daydream about and what you're constantly running through your mind, that's important because you visualize it and you affirm it. The next question is, where do I spend the majority of my time? Like, are you spending a lot of time trying to repair a relationship that you know isn't working? Are you spending a lot of time like just given to a social media platform that isn't like really doing numbers for you? Are you focused on your health? Are you focused on your wealth, success? Or what are you focused on? Like, where do I spend the majority of my time, i.e., my energy? And then the next question is, who do I surround myself with? This is question number 5. Who do I surround myself with? Do I seek positive information, people, and situations? Oh, I'm so glad. Am I a LGBT? No, I'm not. Yes, I'm so glad that it's therapeutic for you. It is very therapeutic. Especially this is a good timing with the full moon. So, a time for you to release a lot of the pre-programmed messages, and for you to start kind of like organizing your mind and your emotions to focus on what you do want to attract in the future. And so like this kind of like settling, I always call it like, I don't know if you remember in elementary school, I'm an elder millennial. So it's like this when I had to create like an aquarium kind of thing as a school project. And when I was putting the sand in, I just loved how it would just like settle to the very bottom. Oh, good. Yes, a purging moon. Perfect. Perfect timing. So it would just like I would see the sand and the sediment like just fall to the very bottom. So this exercise is almost like sediment, like your thoughts, and just kind of bringing them down so you can like sort through them, sort through the grains, keep what you want, lose the rest. Because in the next coming days, I'm going to go over the next steps for successful self hypnosis, because people are really just doing meditation sometimes and they're like, oh, it didn't work for me, or they didn't do the preparation and aren't focusing on the right thing during their sessions. So that really makes a difference. So I really want to just give you a free resource for you to start doing yourself, and then, sharing it with others, because I feel like if a lot more of us were emotionally regulated, it would be a much better place, much better world. So that question was, who do I surround myself with? Do I seek positive information, people, and situations? The next question, number 6, is, what are my personal affirmations? Make sure you write them in first person and in present tense, and focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So and then one of the days further, I think Wednesday, we're going to talk about hypnotic affirmations. But make sure when you're writing, and then we'll workshop some affirmations too. So be sure to write your personal affirmations. And if you want to run them by me on Wednesday, then I can help you strengthen them. But it's key. So make sure it's in the first person, present or past tense even, not future tense, because you're always going to be striving versus living in the present moment when you already have what you want. It's important that you tell your subconscious mind that you already have the thing, or act as if you have the thing, so that you can act from that place of having that thing. If I knew that I was going to Italy, I would start preparing for my trip to Italy, right? So see the thing that you want as a destination or a trip, like you're going there. It's happened. It's done. The trip to Italy is set, right? So you're going to start shopping for what you're going to wear, getting a suitcase, start packing, all these things, getting ready for the airport. So it's important that you say the affirmations this way, so then you start thinking and acting in a way preparing for what you are praying for, essentially. And then the very last question is, who do you have to be to have or do the things you want? And if you need clarification on that, identity is important, because identity determines what you allow into your life, and also what you seek, right? And also what you accept. So if I know that, if I see myself as a healer, right? I'm not going to seek fights in Trader Joe's. Like, I'm not going to go into the line and be like, excuse me. Like, I'm just really not going to be trying to seek confrontation or conflict as a healer. And I'm saying this because Hi from California. Welcome. And I'm saying this because I used to be the person that was ready for conflict. I'm from Jersey. I was ready for conflict. I was like, bring it on, bring it on. What you want? What you want? Who's got like getting ready to go out and be ready for a fight. And that was before I shifted into the identity of a healer, shifted into the identity of someone that is no longer depressed or anxious. I'm still an ADHDer, but I'm able to manage it. I'm still ready. I still can handle conflict. I'm not afraid of it, but I don't seek it, and I'm not the person to start it. So your identity really can shed some light as to what is keeping you stuck right now. Growth, yeah. Major growth. If you guys knew me in my 20s. That's why when I see people on TikTok, they're like, oh, I'm so behind. I was like, I was such a hot mess. You are way ahead of me where I was in my 20s. You're doing great, sweetie. Like, I was so bad. Yeah. No, that's good. I always feel like non-confrontational people, it's easier for you to shift into a place where you can handle conflict versus someone that is super confrontational and shifting into someone that tries not to get into conflict. Yeah, it's definitely long. I'm in my 30s now, so and I still on a journey. But every time, like, keeping track of how far I've come invigorates me. In terms of forgiveness, I believe that forgiving yourself is key. Forgiving yourself. If someone has really wronged you, or someone is really truly responsible for any of the pain that you've experienced in the past, it's up to you if you want to forgive them, but don't think that forgiving them is the key. Forgiving yourself is really the key. Is self-hypnosis just as effective as hypnosis with a practitioner? So it depends. For me, if I'm going through something that I can't seem to shake, I do have a hypnotherapy session with another hypnotherapist I exchange sessions with, and I really trust them. And then also my mentor, I trust him, so I will still go to a hypnotherapist to go deeper. But self-hypnosis is still effective, but with a hypnotherapist, you can go much deeper, and I always feel comforted that someone is with me as I go deeper, especially if it's something like if I'm trying to release a traumatic memory. It's something that I wouldn't want to do by myself. Yes, remind yourself how far you've come, because oftentimes, so I'll see old videos of myself or photos or read my old journals, and that really shows me how far I've come. And sometimes, like, I'll meet with people that I've known in the past when I was working in the tech startup world, So it's like, and then they try to act like the old me or past me, and it's just interesting how they try to interact with me now, and it's like, it's not the same. Juliet. How do I remove mental blocks with hypnosis? So this is what we're doing. So this is day one. This is how you're going to remove the mental blocks with hypnosis. Go through these 7 questions and join me live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the rest of the days this week, and I'll break it down for you. I'm going to break down all the steps to start removing mental blocks with hypnosis. All right, so let me just do a quick recap of the questions for you, and then I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. You're so welcome. That's why I really wanted to have this series. I was going to record YouTube videos, but that executive dysfunction, I was like, ugh. So going live is great for me because essentially you all are body doubling for me. So I'm recording this YouTube video, but as a live. Yes, these questions are something that you can come back to. Whenever you feel stuck, come back to these questions. This will definitely lay everything out for you. Because 1, oh, thank you. Yeah, ADHD is the reason why I'm such a great hypnotherapist. So, I feel like I should talk about it. And there's certain jobs or professions that people that have been diagnosed with ADHD can really thrive in, which is like really healers, business coaching or coaching. Same. You've been trying to create a podcast, but that executive dysfunction. Yeah. I've my podcast is still in drafts, but I'm leaning towards starting it soon. So I'm with you on that. It's just like and sometimes the workaround with executive dysfunction is I make a list of the things that I would like to do for this particular project. Like I look at the project, I write down all the steps that are necessary to finish this project, right? All the tasks, steps, everything. And then I look at the tasks and the things that are there. I'm like, oh, I would love to pick the name for the podcast. I would love to design the cover art. I would love to pick the podcast titles and the episode names. Editing, uploading, tech stuff, edit, like all that stuff. So could I outsource these things? So then I could focus on the things that I want to do. How much would it cost to outsource these things? All right, how can I get the money to pay for outsourcing this thing? What's the return on investment if I outsource this thing and have a podcast? Okay, if it's worth it, then I do it. That's how I run my business. Yes, please, that would be great. A little ADHD help. Yes. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about ADHD and executive dysfunction using self-hypnosis as a separate series because I really want to go deep. But this is the first of the self-hypnosis series. So this is self-hypnosis 101. The next one will be ADHD, and then I'm going to cover all different types of blocks or to your success in the coming weeks on my channels. I love talking about this. Like I could talk about self-hypnosis forever. Like if anyone, knock on wood, kidnapped me and I would just be talking about self-hypnosis and they would let me go. Because I taught them how to take control of their life instead of kidnapping people. But oh, thank you so much, Lena. Oh, thank you. Yes. So there will be a separate series for self-hypnosis and ADHD. I'm going to give you all the tea, but first I want to teach you the basics of self-hypnosis so then you can hit the ground running with any of the tips I provide you with ADHD. Okay? All right. So I'm going to run through the questions for you and then so what pre-programmed subconscious messages do I struggle with? Number 1. 2, how do these pre-programmed messages hold me back? 3, what do I want to attract into my life? 4, where do I spend a majority of my time? 5, who do I surround myself with? 6, what are my own personal affirmations? And 7, who do you have to be to have or do the things that you want? Are you going to post this to IGTV? Oh, yes. So I'm going to post this actually to IGTV, and then it's also going to be on YouTube, because sometimes I know for me, it's hard for me to watch IGTV. I prefer to watch things on YouTube. So you can have that as well. So that is it for tonight. I want to keep these videos short so you could easily come back to them in the series. So if you are watching on TikTok, you can watch the replay on IGTV or my YouTube channel, which is linked in my bio. This YouTube replay will be available tomorrow morning, and it will be available on IGTV immediately. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to go. Yes, see you on the morrow. I love that. So tomorrow, I'm going to go live again at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to go. And the schedule for the live is on Instagram, on my Instagram feed as well. And I'll cover it. I can read it to you all now, so you just know what's on the calendar. So this for me, to be consistent with lives, like I don't do lives every day. Thank you. I don't do lives every day, but I get excited for series when I can deep dive into certain topics. I could kind of, hyperfixate on things a bit. So this helps me. So this is something like if you're someone that has been diagnosed with ADHD and you struggle with content creation, like what do you love to talk about? So can you create content around that? Can you make it align with your industry in some way? So today was prepping your day, prepping your brain. Tuesday, tomorrow, we're going to talk about mental detoxes, because people kind of just like hop into self-hypnosis and they're like, it didn't work. I'm like, you just finished watching a reality TV marathon and the news, and you want to hop into then you think you're going to have peace of mind? No. So tomorrow we're going to talk about mental detoxes. Wednesday we're going to talk about assume your success. And then Thursday, hypnotic affirmations. And then Fridays, I'm going to cover some simple self-hypnosis methods, because it's not just about sitting and being quiet or laying down. You don't have to do all that. You can hypnotize yourself standing up even. All right. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.